Hello, this is Barendipitous with another video in the on the board game shelf of the Bdipitous Gaming Library. This time, yet another classic, Clue, or I think in some parts of the world they call it Cluedo. But yeah, here we have this Family Game Night Parker Brothers version. I like the art, slightly cubist and slightly abstract here. I will say Clue is another game where I'm just kind of like, there are so many other board games that have been made more recently that I enjoy a lot more than this one. But I do enjoy the concept of Clue. I love the concept of sort of a murder mystery, a classic murder mystery in a mansion sort of a thing. And the characters are fun too. Like there's even some lore to the characters in some versions of the game. And I did see the Clue movie, the silly one with like the multiple endings and things like that. I've seen that like a number of years ago, and yeah, really silly. But yeah, so this is what we have. There's nothing there, nothing on there. Yeah, kind of a mess in here, but yeah, Clue is another game that my wife's family likes to play. But this is what the cards look like with characters. Usually, in terms of characters I like to play, as far as like the pawns and the colors, I like to be either Professor Plum or Colonel Mustard, because I thought those are two cool characters, and plus they both kind of have a slight academic or adventurous bent to them, right? Obviously, you got like all the classic like rooms and weapons and things like that. But yeah, I do like the art style of the characters in this version of Clue here. Obviously, we got these, and we actually have like full color little I think plastic miniatures. So yeah, this is Peacock here, Colonel Mustard. We got, oh yeah, Mr. Green. I believe he's meant to be either salesman or a preacher. I think he's meant to be sort of like a preacher who's just cares more about money than anything. Professor Plum, I like him, of course. You're probably not surprised. And then yeah, Miss Scarlet, and then oh yeah, here we go, and Mrs. White. Right. So I like so yeah, these characters are fun. You got standard dice, of course, and candlestick. The rope, which is usually, I mean, I'm used to the rope being in plastic anyway. The version of so again, this version of the game is what my wife brought. And I did grow up with a version of Clue that was kind of similar to this as well. Had metal weapons for the like metal tokens for the weapons for the most part. Knife here, except the rope was always plastic as well. So I think this is the classic version that I always remember. Wait, hold on. This is. I think we did. I think there was a piece that we lost, and I think we just kind of used this metal piece to replace that. I can't remember, but we have the lead pipe here, the revolver here. Oh, was it the wrench that we lost? Oh yeah. Oh that. Yeah, I don't see the wrench in here anywhere. So, um, which is a shame because the wrench is one of my like one of the pieces that looked the coolest to me. But anyway, yeah, I like the miniatures a lot um, in this version. It's even worse mess on this side here. So yeah, you got all the pieces of paper here, just like spread out everywhere. Some of it's written on, some of it's not. But yeah, of course, the piece of paper you use to sort of keep track of what you know, what you don't know. We just have a bunch of like random pencils and stuff. We got this old envelope to hold like the answer, right? The confidential files. You got a couple of these instruction booklets. I guess one is in French or something, different languages. Let's see. Oh yeah, here. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, I like that they kind of put in some lore here with like any version of Clue I've ever seen generally has some kind of lore. And actually, you can see they gave first names to all these: Professor Peter Plum, Colonel Michael Mustard, Mr. John Green, Reverend Green. Yeah, that's right. He's a reverend in this version. Mrs. Patricia Peacock, Miss Josephine Scarlet, and Mrs. Blanche White. Obviously, the names kind of like cheeky, kind of puns, kind of alliteration, sort of a thing. And then yeah, just the rules of the game. yeah, so I guess they don't really have like lore in here per se, but um, there's some flavor in there, and I like that. I like that in any version of Clue, right? Um, but yeah, there's so like a newspaper, police report, and all that. Um, let's see, and yeah, the board. So yeah, classic Clue board here. Um, here's the other half of it. Um, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I have Clue is probably one of the games I've played the most among the like classic board games out there. Um, and because I mean it's fairly simple, it's fairly straightforward. Although nowadays, especially with all the other board games, with all the other like more modern board games, I don't enjoy this as much compared to those. Although we did recently get a different version of Clue, which will be a different video, of course. That is a better version of Clue. There's more to it, and um, there's a little more strategy involved and everything. So, which I appreciate. But I wanted to first show this version of Clue. Um, I something I haven't really talked about very much is sort of like I appreciate good board game art, like good game art, whether it be tabletop RPGs or cards or board games and stuff. And this is definitely something that I find the art quite appealing and fun. So, but yeah, there you go. That is our version of Clue. Let's see how old. Actually, how old is this version? I'm kind of curious now that I've been sort of like looking at it with these older games. Which let's see, I see copyright 2002 is the most recent year for this one. So, but yeah, there you go. That is our version of Clue. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, all the best.